Next I'm going to paint a leafy wreath. Great for the holidays or for a Christmas card or whatever, and you can tweak it to be more fall colors, more fall leaf shapes, or more springtime with flowers. But for starters, I'm just gonna do a very simple wreath shape. So I divided my paper because I'm gonna do leaves on one side and then I'm gonna do a flower wreath on the other. I'm running low on watercolor paper right now, and while I wait for more to arrive, I'm trying to be pretty frugal. So I kind of made a little line for myself, and because of that, I know I only have about 6 inches to work with. So I found this little toy colander, and I'm gonna trace it carefully. If you're using a full-size piece of paper, then find something you can trace to make a circle shape that it fits your paper. I'm gonna trace it so lightly. The fact that there's handles here don't really matter because I'm gonna choose 3 places that don't have any line anyway when I paint to show kind of a break in the branches. So I'll just leave a break there, and I'll probably make a break down here. And then I'm gonna connect these just a little for myself. And I'll connect this. So I have basically in thirds. I'll leave it open up here, here, and here. So the only colors we need right now are brown and green, and we'll mix a couple different shades, but to start for the branches, I'm going to get some brown, and I don't need a lot, so I'm sure that's plenty, and I'm gonna mix just a little bit of green into it. Make kind of a darker, more earthy color brown. I want a little more. Yeah, that's good. Okay, small brush, and I'm just gonna paint over these 3 lines with a thin brown brush. Thin amount of paint and a small brush. So instead of trying to paint this whole curve, I'm just gonna paint a little at a time. I'm gonna change this just a little. It's looking very green, kind of mossy green. I'm gonna lighten it a little bit for this next part. And it's much easier for me if I just keep turning the paper. So, okay, now we'll do this side. And over here. Okay, well that's drying a little bit. I'm gonna mix up a couple of greens. First one is gonna be this emerald green that's in the tray, but I'll pull just a little of this brown into it. Maybe a little more. And then I want something real similar, but with a little bit of turquoise. And I might add a little brown to it, we'll see. Not enough. Okay, so that's a nice mossy green. This still looks kind of bright and fake. Oh, there, a little brown really, really helps. Still has a little bit of a blue tint to it and is different from this green. And that's what we want. Okay. I think this is mostly dry, so I'm gonna use my smallest brush, and all of the leaves are going to, for me, I think it's because I'm right-handed, but all the leaves are going to go clockwise all the way around. I'd be interested to know if someone was left-handed, if they would paint them going counterclockwise. So I'll show you how I typically do these. Let me grab a piece of scratch paper. Okay. So let me move this. Let's get a scratch paper and let's practice leaves a little bit. So you can start at the bottom or the top of the leaf, but kind of make the curve shape. And then you shouldn't need any more paint, but if you want to dip again, you can. And then you can fill in underneath it. And then do another little swoop. So we're making kind of long, skinny leaves. So kind of like this. And then you can, you could really probably do it all in one motion. If you want even thinner leaves, you could start at the top and then push down with your brush and then lift up again. And that makes a great leaf shape. Start skinny, push down, lift up. Let me try that with this brush and see. This is a size 6. So little, push down, lift back up again, and then we'll make the leaf shapes all around and get them pretty close to the branch, and then we'll make a little stem where it attaches. So that's that. If you feel like you've practiced some leaves enough, then we'll start. And the leaves on a branch are different sizes, so feel free to experiment with different sizes, but try and keep the shape pretty consistent.
Could I use some of that salt?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go back and forth between the two colors of green, and the top of each branch is going to get a leaf, and I'll probably make mine go in this way, and then I'll do another leaf here.
Here you go. I'll just hit it there.
Yep, that's great, honey. So I'm turning this paper a lot. I know that you can see that, but I want to tell you that it's really helpful I'll just move these paints. It is helpful to have enough space to be able to move and kind of rearrange as you need to. So I thought I was going to alternate paint colors. I clearly haven't. I think what I'll do instead is take that other color and kind of dab it on. I'm going to need to mix up more colors anyway after this. I'm letting my leaves get a little bit bigger as I get to the bottom of this branch. Okay, and before those all dry, I'll take this other color now and just put a little bit on some of them. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but I like the idea that they're more two-toned. And then after these dry a little more, then it'll be time to make the little stems for them. If I put brown on now, it's just going to bleed. So I'll start with this other color now and maybe add a little more brown to it. Try this one now. So I'm experimenting with not having them all go exactly in a V shape, trying to let some go up a little more or out a little more. Some probably would overlap. I tried that here. I don't love it. But not all the leaves are going to be growing out in a perfect shape. And even though I'm not striving for realism here, I still think it's kind of nice to keep it a little irregular.
Can I please use your pencil?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you gonna try a wreath?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
But there's not going to be any holes like you have.
Oh, you're gonna make it all the way around?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I'm using tape.
Okay.
There.
So if you want to mix colors, you can mix green with a little bit of brown.
Okay, I'm going to get one of those.
Okay. I'm running out of green. Let's make a little bit more. Do you want to use this? I'm almost done with it.
Sure.
Okay.
Because it's still tasty.
Is it dirty? Okay, you can use some. Can you reach it?
Which one?
Anyone. Whichever one you like.
That one.
Okay. Okay, I made it all the way around. Now I see some that are really pale. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this darker color to them before they dry. And here, I'll turn this like this. And I'm gonna mix up some more brown to do the stems.
Yeah, because I need like that brown.
Sure. So it was brown with a tiny bit of green for the stem. Like that.
Ah, that's not what I was supposed to do. I dropped my pencil.
Okay.
I mean, not pencil. Not the pencil. I'm weird. I'm the same hand as you.
You're right-handed also?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I need more.
I'll turn it.
Actually, I'm done. Never mind. Didn't know I was done. Did you use a size 6 for your leaves?
I did. Do you want to use it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add a few smaller leaves in here now and kind of clean up some of these funny spots. And then it's done. I'm gonna mix up some more green, I think. I think I want the smaller ones to be darker, I guess. I'll do darker. So green. And for this, I'm gonna add a little bit of black to it. Makes a different shade. Okay, and a teeny brush, and just a few little ones.
Could I
Just
make
in
more of
places that
this?
have room.
This might be helpful.
Okay. think that's gonna make it too messy. Squirting it like that.
And now I'm done. Great. With the square.
Okay, and now I'm done. Although it's funny, look, this spot here closed up and these ones are still open. So I'm gonna do another leaf right here to kind of help make this less open. I'll do a couple down here too. Okay, done.
Could I keep using these?